boys and girls, we're going to read another story today about school. This is about a little mouse who kind of gets teased at school because of her name. I want you to think while I'm reading about the characters in the story, and I want you, when we're done, to draw a picture of your favorite character, the favorite person or animal you saw in this story. Draw me a picture of that character. This story is called Chrysanthemum. It was written and illustrated by Kevin Hinkies. He wrote the story and he drew the pictures. So let's see what happens in Chrysanthemum. The day she was born was the happiest day in her parents' lives. "She's perfect," said her mother. "Absolutely," said her father. And she was. She was absolutely perfect. "Her name must be everything she is," said her mother. "Her name must be absolutely perfect," said her father, and it was. Chrysanthemum. Her parents named her Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum grew and grew and grew, and when she was old enough to appreciate it, Chrysanthemum loved her name. She loved the way it sounded when her mother woke her up. She loved the way it sounded when her father called her for dinner, and she loved the way it sounded when she whispered it to herself in the bathroom mirror. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum loved the way her name looked when it was written with ink on an envelope. She loved the way it looked when it was written with icing on her birthday cake. And she loved the way it looked when she wrote it herself with a fat orange crayon. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum thought her name was absolutely perfect, and then she started school. On the first day, Chrysanthemum wore her sunniest dress and her brightest smile. She ran all the way to school. "Hooray!" said Chrysanthemum. "School!" But when Mrs. Chud took the roll, everyone giggled upon hearing Chrysanthemum's name. "It's so long," said Joe. "It barely fits on her name tag," said Rita. "I'm named after my grandmother," said Victoria. "You're named after a flower." Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and informed Mrs. Chud that Chrysanthemum's name was spelled with 13 letters. "That's exactly half as many letters as there are in the entire alphabet," Victoria explained. "Thank you for sharing that with us, Victoria," said Mrs. Chud. "Now put your head down, please." "If I had a name like yours, I'd change it," Victoria said, as the students lined up to go home. "I wish I could," thought Chrysanthemum miserably. "Welcome home," said her mother and father. "School is no place for me," said Chrysanthemum. "My name is too long. It barely fits on my name tag, and I'm named after a flower." "Oh," said her mother, "your name is beautiful, and precious and priceless and fascinating and winsome," said her father. "It's everything you are," said her mother. "Absolutely perfect." Chrysanthemum felt much better after her favorite dinner of macaroni and cheese with ketchup, and an evening filled with hugs and kisses and parcheesi. That night Chrysanthemum dreamed that her name was Jane. It was an extremely pleasant name. The next morning Chrysanthemum wore her most comfortable jumper. She walked to school as slowly as she could. She dragged her feet in the dirt. "Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum," she wrote. "She even looks like a flower," said Victoria as she entered the playground. "Let's pick her," said Rita. "Let's smell her," said Joe. Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and said, "A chrysanthemum is a flower. It lives in a garden with worms and other dirty things." "Thank you for sharing that with us, Victoria," said Mrs. Chud. "Now put your head down." "I just cannot believe your name," Victoria said as the students lined up to go home. "Neither can I," thought Chrysanthemum miserably. "Welcome home," said her mother and father. "School is no place for me," Chrysanthemum said. "They said I looked like a flower, and they pretended to pick me and smell me." "Oh," said her mother, "they're just jealous." "And envious and begrudging and discontented," said their father. "Who wouldn't be jealous of a name like yours? After all, it's absolutely perfect." Chrysanthemum felt a little better after her favorite dessert of chocolate cake with frosting, and another evening filled with hugs and kisses and parcheesi. That night, Chrysanthemum dreamed that she really was a chrysanthemum. She sprouted leaves and petals. Victoria picked her and plucked the leaves and petals one by one until there was nothing left but a scrawny stem. It was the worst nightmare of Chrysanthemum's life. Chrysanthemum wore her outfit with 7 pockets the next morning. She loaded the pockets with her most prized possessions and good luck charms. She took the longest route possible to school and stopped and stared at every flower. Chrysanthemum, 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 they seemed to say. That morning, the students were introduced to Mrs. Twinkle, the music teacher. Her voice was like something out of a dream, as was everything about her. The students were speechless. They thought Mrs. Twinkle was an indescribable wonder. They went out of their way to make a nice impression. Mrs. Twinkle led the students in scales, and then she assigned roles for the class musical. Victoria was chosen as the fairy queen. Rita was chosen as the butterfly princess. Jo was the all-important pixie messenger, and Chrysanthemum was chosen as a daisy. Chrysanthemum's a daisy, chrysanthemum's a daisy. Jo, Rita, and Victoria chanted, thinking it was wildly funny. Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. "What's so funny?" said Mrs. Twinkle. "Chrysanthemum," was the answer. "Her name is so long," said Jo. "It barely fits on her name tag," said Rita. "I'm named after my grandmother," said Victoria. "She's named after a flower." "My name is long," said Mrs. Twinkle. "It is," said Jo. "My name would scarcely fit on a name tag," said Mrs. Twinkle. "It would," said Rita. "And," said Mrs. Twinkle, "I'm named after a flower, too." "You are?" said Victoria. "Yes," said Mrs. Twinkle. "My name is Delphinium, Delphinium Twinkle. And if my baby is a girl, I'm considering Chrysanthemum as a name. I think it's absolutely perfect." Chrysanthemum could barely believe her ears. She blushed and beamed and bloomed. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Jo, Rita, and Victoria looked at Chrysanthemum longingly. "Call me Marigold," said Jo. "I'm Carnation," said Rita. "My name is Lily of the Valley," said Victoria. Chrysanthemum did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She knew it. Overall, the musical was a huge success. Chrysanthemum was perfect as a daisy. Victoria made the only mistake and forgot her lines as the fairy queen. Chrysanthemum thought it was funny and giggled throughout the entire dance of the flowers. Eventually, Mrs. Twinkle gave birth to a healthy baby girl, and, of course, she named her Chrysanthemum. All right, I want you to think about our story for a few minutes, and I want you to decide which of the characters in the story was your favorite character. Draw me a picture of that and have someone send it to me, okay? Talk to you later.